The way I got started in amplifier design was I was a player, and there weren't a lot of amps available in the late 70s that had real high gain. I mean, the Mason Boogie was probably the hottest amp there was at the time gain-wise. And I was looking for this really saturated, high gain kind of sound, and I did not want to have to use overdrive pedals. I really felt that the amp should be able to do it. So after purchasing a Mark II Boogie back in the day, which was a very expensive investment, I got it, I liked it, but I realized it had shortcomings. I realized this thing should be able to do more than what it's doing. And so I'd already had a basic understanding of how guitar amps worked, but I didn't really have much of an engineering ability. And so a lot of what I'd done was trial and error. I was building guitars at the time, so I was fixing amps for my guitar customers. And I realized, well, I can probably do this if I knew something about the engineering side of it. So I basically spent about 4 years teaching myself vacuum tube electronics, reading it from books, because by that time there were no college courses left that would cover it. I mean, I went to Shoreline Community College and I asked them, like, hey, I want to learn about tube amps, and the guy was like, we'll spend maybe 1 day in the whole program talking about vacuum tubes, just so you know what they are, but you know, it's like the rest is going to be all solid state technology. So I just got old books from the library, and I basically taught myself tube electronics, and then I started applying that to modifying amps. Like old Fender Bassmans were often the victims, and as well as Marshalls. Came up with a really good Marshall mod that we still do this very day, and finally just set out to design an amp from scratch, which became the SLO 100.